Welcome everybody. My name's Frank Joyce. I'm a funeral celebrant, and on behalf of the Smith family, I thank everybody for coming to support the family and to honour the life of Harold George Smith, otherwise known as Dad, Grandpa and Harry. I also thank the Lonigan Funeral Home and Gerald Lonigan for the care and service they provided to the family during this emotional time. After the ceremony, the family invites you to join them at the Holy Trinity Hall, which is just around the corner from here, and they ask that you sign the guest book and please take a moment to turn off any cell phones at the moment. Thank you. So let me tell you about Harry. Harry was a man who had a clear sense of right and wrong. He was very consistent in what he believed. He was born January 28, 1950 to Peter and Joyce Smith. Harry grew up on a farm in Penshurst, rural Victoria, a very small town where he attended a two-room schoolhouse. He had two sisters, Marg and Bonnie, and a brother, Jerry. Harry moved to Warrnambool as a 16-year-old, undertaking a trade in metalwork. He met his sweetheart Marion not long after he moved to Warrnambool. His mate Franco said that he was smitten when they first met at the local dance, and he asked Marion to dance, and a great love began. Harry and Marion had a long and wonderful marriage of 50 years, including a daughter Tempest, 3 sons, Adrian, Christian and Eric, and 4 grandchildren, Zale, Dylan, Kai and Fletcher. Marion unfortunately passed away 5 years ago, but it gives the family some comfort to believe that Harry and Marion will now be together again once again. Harry was an incredible fisherman and angler. His passion was deep sea fishing, and he won numerous awards over many years. Harry's greatest catch was when he went out on the coast of Warrnambool and caught a Mako shark weighing 180 kilograms and 2.4 metres in length. It took 2 fellow burly fishermen to help him lift this shark into the boat. He not only won the local award that year, but also the state award for deep sea fishing. At 3 p.m. on August 31st, 2018, Harry passed away quickly and suddenly whilst deep sea fishing with his best mate Franco. Whilst we are sad that Harry's time has come, we know that he left doing what he loved, with his best mate by his side, and he did not suffer. Harry would not have wanted to have gone any other way. On his final deep sea fishing trip, he caught 2 tuna, a bream and a barramundi. The family is so thankful he was with Franco, his mate, and appreciate that it was a very difficult time for Franco, but that he looked after Harry and brought him home quickly. I would now like to invite Adrian, Harry's son, to say a few words.
Hello. As I stand here, I see friends and relatives that come great distances to be here for Dad. I am humbled and quite frankly impressed at how much he's touched your lives. I can only speak for myself, but when I think of how he touched my life, the first words that come to mind is admiration. But I would like to share a few reasons why I admire my dad. First and foremost was his love and commitment for my mother, and not just marital commitment, he was committed to make her happy. It was important to her, it became important to him. I also admire him because of the kind of father he was to us, my brothers and sisters and me. Yes, he loved us very much, but he also installed in us core values, systems that defined who he was. And that was a man who kept promises. He was a man of integrity. Whenever he stumbled, he could have accepted our bitching and moaning and advised us to take the easy way out and quit. But he did none of that. He fully expected to see us ceasing through all the way to the end without drama. Do it. It just needs to be done, he would always say to me. I also admired his tenacity and his passion. The fact he was fishing right up to his final moments is not a surprise, and we are so glad he was having fun and doing what he loved with his mate Franco right up to his final moments. If you're here today, and I thank you for that, that means he touched your life in some way or another. Dad will be missed. Friends will miss his coffee and tales of the deep sea, the ones that got away or the ones he caught. His grandchildren will miss his giddy uprides and his comfy naps on his favourite recliner. My siblings and I will miss our father, the source of our convictions, our support and confidant.
Thank you, Adrian. Now I'd like to invite Harry's grandchildren up, who will come and each place a flower into this vase in thanks for all the giddy-ups, rides and the comfy naps on the couch they shared with Grandpa. So if the children could come forward and place the flowers in the vase. Thank you. We now take a few moments in silence to hold Harry in our hearts and reflect upon how he touched us personally. This is also a time to pray if you choose to do so. Let's pause for a few moments. I would now like to invite Eleanor to come forward for another reading.
In the words of Tibetan monk Thich Nhat Hanh, our true home is in the present moment. To live in the present moment is a miracle. The miracle is not to walk on water. The miracle is to walk on the green earth in the present moment, to appreciate the peace and beauty that are available now. Peace is all around us, and in nature and within us, in our bodies and our spirits. Once we learn to touch this peace, we will be healed and transformed. It's not a matter of faith, it's a matter of practice.
Thank you. We are meant to live each moment fully, to connect with our environment and to the people in our lives, to share the best of ourselves generously, to have courage, to do what needs to be done and to practice our deepest convictions. Thus, in the end, whenever our time may come, we can face it with peace, satisfied in our hearts that we were human and we really, really lived. This is so true of Harry. We celebrate the life of Harry. He brought so much joy and love to his families and friends. He was a gentleman and left a legacy of fishing tales, trophies and family. We leave Harry in peace and bid him a loving farewell. As befits a fisherman, it was Harry's wish that the final song played at his funeral would be "I'm Gonna Go Fishing" by Dr. John. As we leave, we shall honour him, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen. This concludes our tribute.